Hey everybody, it's Jamil. I just wanted to kind of ring in and tell you guys how my day is. If we never met, my name's Jamil Frazier. I'm a global director with Take Shape for Life. And one of the things that have just kind of been on my mind is I know a lot of people want to get out there and make connections, and a lot of people want to share the gift that we have, but they don't really know how to share it, or they don't know when to share it, or there's some areas where they might be feeling uncomfortable. So today I woke up, I really didn't have plans to do much. I knew I was going to go to the gym and get a massage, but I really didn't make plans to do connections like I usually do, which is sitting here at my desk and making connections. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you guys an insight of how my day has been just from being out and about, literally. And then at the end of the video, I figured, why don't I just call a couple people that I haven't talked to in years, and then why don't I collect a yes in a couple different ways, and then hopefully that will give you guys an understanding of how to collect a yes too. So basically, I went to the gym around 9 o'clock this morning, me and my wife, and as soon as I got in there, I saw this guy walk in. He was really impressive. Um, there's a particular way that I want my body, and it looks kind of like uh, that. I don't know if you, but that guy up there. and so, um, and so he's part of my vision board, honestly. So a guy walked into the gym, and from the get go, I was really impressed by him. And I told Amanda, I go, that guy looks exactly how I want to look. And so the fast forward, as Amanda and I were leaving, about an hour and a half later, I went up to the guy and I just said, "Hey man, I'm really impressed by you." And he goes, "Thanks." And I said, "Do you live around here?" He goes, "I actually live on the west side." And I said, "Oh, so why are you at this gym?" He says, "I come down here every Thursday because my girlfriend lives here." I said, "Oh, that's perfect, man." I go, not to sound weird or anything, but I would love to work in, get in your workout. So when you're around, I would love to connect and see if we can get a workout in, because I'm looking for a workout partner. And he says, absolutely. He goes, "I'm actually a trainer at a gym up in Santa Monica." So right away I'm thinking, well, this guy is in really good shape. He's a trainer. He's obviously in health and wellness. So I don't know too many trainers that work for a gym that can make the money that they want to make. So right away I'm thinking, not only is this guy super impressive, not only do I want to work out with him just because I want to reach my own health goals, but right away I start thinking, well, this guy probably will want to be a health coach. So I said, "Hey, is it cool if I shoot you a text, and then next week if you're in the area, then we can get together?" And he goes, "Absolutely." So I got I asked him for his number. And Amanda was standing there. It was really funny because if she wasn't standing there, maybe he thought I'd be picking up on him, but whatever. So I got his number. This is him. It's not coming in, but basically his name's Lorenzo. So I texted him as soon as I got out of the gym. I said, "Hey bro, it's Jamel. I'll hit you up to see if you're around on Thursday, so I can hop in with some workouts with you." Super impressive work. He texted me back saying, "Absolutely. Thanks so much for the compliment. Like, it made my day." And so I know that in the process of us getting to know each other in the next couple weeks, that he's going to ask me, what do I do? And I'm going to say, believe it or not, I'm a health and weight loss coach. In fact, I really help people get off of medications. I help them lose weight. And I train a team of coaches all over the United States. And then I'll ask him, right now you're a trainer, are you making a type of income that would be really amazing for you? And I'll see what he says. So when I left the gym, I had an appointment to have a massage. And my massage started at 10:45, but I left the gym at 10. So I didn't have anything to do. So I was trying to figure out, how the heck am I going to kill 45 minutes? I was just going to go to the beach. But as I was driving towards PCH, I live in Long Beach. I saw a doctor's office, and one of my friends is a receptionist in a doctor's office. So I went in the office to talk to her. Her name's Adrian, and I haven't talked to her in a long time. So I noticed that there was a new MA medical assistant that was sitting behind her. So I said, "Hey, how's it going? Have we met before?" And she said, "No, my name's Gloria." And I go, "Gloria, it's nice to meet you. Like, I've never met you before, so it's nice to meet you." And I literally forgot about her. The doctor came out. I asked him how his health was. He said it was great, even though he's clearly about 50 pounds overweight. I asked him what weight loss service he provided to his patients, or at least offered to them. He said Weight Watchers was his go-to. I asked him if he'd be open to other opportunities or possibilities for them, and he told me to drop off some information. For me, I know that most of the times when doctors say drop off information, that means they're going to throw it in the trash. So when he left, Adrian said, "Yeah, you should really drop off information." And I said, "Honestly, Adrian, I don't want my information that I pay for to be thrown in the trash." And she says, "No, he really does. He's one of those doctors that really does look at it." And I said, "All right, well, if you think it would make sense, I'll bring some information back." And and then Gloria was back there, and I literally just turned to her. She was texting the whole time I've been talking. I was already in there for about 20 minutes. And I just asked Gloria, I said, "Hey Gloria, do you know anyone who's looking to get healthy?" Gloria says, "Well, I've been listening to your conversation. I'm actually looking to get healthy." And I said, "Really? For real, for real?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "You're not just telling me that because I'm here." She goes, "No, I literally been trying. I've been working out. Nothing's been working for me." And I said, "All right." I said, "Okay, well, why don't you give me your email address, and then we'll schedule a time to talk. I'll shoot you information tonight, and let's schedule a time to talk." She said, "Great." And I said, "You know what? Once you get that information, even if it doesn't resonate with you, if you know people that it might resonate with and can help, would you be willing to send that off to them?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Great. So I'll email you, and I will call you to set up a time." She said, "Perfect." So this is her email address, but don't try to steal it because I'm gonna email her. So before I left, I told her, "Gloria, when I email you, the subject line is gonna say, 'Nice to meet you, Jamil from the office,' so that you know to open it up." And she said, "Great." Funny thing. So Adrian, before I left, actually referred me her sister and her sister's son too. And this is all just for me asking. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. So by the time I left, Adrian and Gloria had added me on Instagram. I can show you that too. But it will take too long because I didn't have it up already. But I swear to you, everything I'm saying is true right now. So I left their office. I'm already late for my massage, but last year when I started making connections, there was a woman in another office who's also front office, and she's a medical assistant. Her name's Rachel. I put her into my connections last year, but she changed email addresses. I walked in, and I swear to God this happened. I'm not lying to you guys. I walked in, her eyes brightened up, and she said, "So you're not going to believe this." I said, "What?" She said, "Me and my husband were just talking about you 2 nights ago." And I said, "Get out of town. I haven't been in here in like 8 months." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, weren't you trying to do that whole Herbalife thing?" She said, "Yeah, I actually lost 40 pounds and I've already put back on 30. And she says, "I need to do something." And in the back of her, she has a picture of her grandson. His name's Kyron. And she says, "I need to do something." And I said, "So let me stop you right there. Do you think it was coincidence that I literally walked into this office and I hadn't been here for 8 months, and you guys have just been talking about me for the last 2 days ago?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Rewind." So last year she wouldn't give me her phone number, but she did give me her email address. But then she changed her email address like 2 weeks later. So she wouldn't give me her phone number, but this time I said, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I work with a lot of people, and I feel like I'm really, really good at what I do. And I don't think this was a coincidence. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, sorry. And I said, I don't feel like this is a coincidence. So I will come to your house and sit down with you and your husband, and we could have dinner and talk about it. Does that sound good? She said, yeah. So she gave me her email address, as you can see here. And on the front, she gave me her number. And this doctor, the way I went to this doctor is best friends with the doctor who delivered my son. So when I found that out, I figured, well, we have someone in common. So I went to this doctor and talked to this doctor about the program. The doctor's not interested because she does the other program. But look what's happened, Rachel. So I left there. I'm late to my massage. I finally get to my massage. And as I walk in, I saw a lady who was walking out extremely heavy. She's about 300 and maybe like 50 pounds. And she has a walker. And so, but she walks the other direction, and I don't see her for a couple minutes. So they asked me to sit in a waiting room, to which I did. And literally 5 minutes later, this lady comes. And when she comes, I said, hey, how's it going? She goes, great. I said, how was your massage? She says, oh, I needed it so much. And I said, well, what massage did you get? She said, the signature massage. I said, oh, did you get Liz? She says, yeah. And I go, I always get Liz. Like, she's amazing. And she goes, yeah. And I said, so what sorts of things were bothering you? Like, why did you come in and get a massage? From that one question, do you know for the next 10 minutes she told me about every disease state she has? Type 2 diabetic. From that, her feet don't work very well, which is why she has that walker. She has lupus. Her energy level is shot. She has hypothyroidism. Her thyroid doesn't work very well, which her doctor told her that because of that, she's not going to be able to lose weight. In my head, I know that's a lie because I have like 10 clients whose thyroids are all jacked up, who's reached their goals. So I'm just listening. I'm asking questions. And I said, oh, so, why do you come and get acupuncture? How often do you come? If you could, right now, if you could change some things, like what would that be? I literally did not tell this woman one time that I could help her. I didn't tell her the whole conversation. You know what I told her? I said, honestly, just for me sitting here listening to you, I'm really amazed by you, and I would love to stay in contact. And I said, do you have Facebook? She says, yeah. I said, how can I find you? So she started telling me her name. And she says, you can find me at, well, here's the front, Hondavi Spa. And she says, you can find me by typing in Karen R. Scott. And I said, well, if I can't find you by your name, is there an email address that I can find you by? She goes, yeah. So she gives me her email address. I said, perfect. I said, I would really love to keep up to date with you. Literally, just listening to your story, I've been really impressed. Let me rewind a little bit. Within that conversation, she told me that 4 years ago, if she didn't find a wellness program, she would be dead. She said that this wellness program, it's a holistic program, had helped her lose 100 pounds. And I said, oh, have you kept all that weight off? And she says, well, for the most part, but I haven't been able to lose any more. And I said, well, why not? And she says, I believe it's because of the thyroid medication that I'm on. And I said, And I said, so if you could lose more, how much would you want to lose? And she says, well, I would want to lose about 200 pounds. So I know for a fact that once I add her on Facebook, she's going to see all my posts, and she's going to be bombarded by my posts because that's all I do is post. And she's going to ask me one of these days, hey, Jamil, I've been following you. What's this program you're talking about? So you see, you don't have to necessarily do a collecting yes with someone you meet. Just be a human being and talk to them, connect with them, and eventually you'll have a relationship with them to where the doors will open up and you can tell them about what you're going to do. So that happened with Lorenzo this morning at the gym. I know I'm going to talk to him sooner rather than later. And the same thing happened with Karen. So I I go and get a massage, and massage therapist, she's been in my connection since last November. So right away she says, "Hey, I've been thinking about you. I want to send you my friend. My massage therapist is Native American. She's in this Native American group. She says, I want to send you my friend." I said, "Great. You still been getting my emails, right?" She goes, "Yeah, I get them like every 2 weeks." Yeah, because I send them every 2 weeks. And she goes, "I want to send you my friend." She goes, "Did you talk to Karen?" I said, "Yeah." She says, when I was working on her, I was hoping you would get a chance to talk to her." I said, "Yeah, I talked to her." So she's going to email me the person. Who's next? So I leave. Yeah, so I leave to go from getting a massage, and oh, let me rewind. Adrian from Dr. Hendon's office, um, she sent me she gave me another email. This lady named Vicky, and she wants me to get in contact with her. So I'll get in contact with her and see what's up. So I leave to go from getting a massage, and I was actually going to go home, but then I wanted to get a whiteboard that was going to help me keep track of all my coaches who are executive directors. So I went to downtown Long Beach to Walmart. So while I was at Walmart, or I was coming out of Walmart, this black dude stopped me. He was in a car. As I'm walking by, he says, "Hey, bro, you want to buy some movies?" And I said, "No, thank you." And I took 5 steps, and I was like, well, maybe I do want to buy some movies. So I went back to him. I won't tell you what he was doing in his car because it's illegal. But I said, "Hey, what movies do you have?" He says, and I said, "How much are they?" He said, 2 for $5 or 5 for $10. I said, "Well, dude, is it good quality?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Well, I'll do the 5 for $10." So he calls his buddy who's on a bike like a block away, and he says, "Hey, bring this guy the list." So as I'm going through the list, I reiterate 5 for $10, right? Yeah. So I'm picking out my movies, and I go, "Look, man, this is good quality stuff." He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, well if it works, I'm gonna buy more off of you. How can I get in touch with you guys?" And then he goes, "Well, do you have a number?" And I said, "Honestly, what's your email address? I want to keep in touch." And then he goes, "Well, do you have a cell phone?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, well, here's my email, but why don't I just text you?" And I said, "All right, cool." So you can see I was at Walmart today, and the guy gave me his email address. So I'll tell you how I made a connection with him. So I said, if it's good quality, I'll buy more. And I said, "Can you help me out?" And he goes, "Yeah." So now that I got his email address, I have a rule for myself. I will never ever give someone my business card until I get their email address. Never ever ever. So now that I got his email address, I gave him my business card. And I said, "Can you help me out?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, about a year ago, I was really unhealthy. I was fat. Like I was really, really down. I had no energy, and now I lost my weight on this program. I feel great. I go, I'm really trying to spread the word because I actually help people to get healthy now. And I said, so you guys can help me. If is it okay if I send you an email that has information about my program? He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Okay, now you probably don't know any of these people, but if you know anyone that needs to get healthy, people who are a little bit overweight, or any of the older folks in your family that might be on medications, can you send it off to them?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Perfect. I already got your email." And I go, "And I'll keep you updated, you keep me updated." He said, "Fine." So I left from him, and that was another connection. Literally, if you looked at these guys, you would not think, if we wanted to prejudge them, you would say, all right, these guys don't have money, they're not interested in my health program, and they may not seem like stand-up individuals, but I know from experience that from prejudging people like that, I would never ever get referrals that I've gotten if I did those sorts of things. To rewind a little bit, my massage therapist told me about this chiropractor who works in the same place as she does. And she said that he was unhappy because he wasn't making the type of income that he was making. She told me this. I swear to God, like, I will not lie to you guys. And I said, really? How'd you get this information? She said, from our accountant. And she said, so you should get in contact with him. You know, maybe he would be a good health coach. Of course he would be a good health coach if he can see the vision, right? So that's a little bit about my connections today. I made basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with complete strangers, really. And it started from the gym this morning. And I don't have preconceived notions. Like, I don't prejudge people and think, well, they wouldn't want to know about this program, because I know in my heart that everybody should know about this program. I know that for a fact because I've seen what it does to people. Look at what it's done for you, right? I'm serious. Look what it's done to you, and really get connected with that, like, holistically. Because just think, if that person didn't tell you about this program, where you might be. And so I always think, well, I know that I have a gift because I'm starting to get the body that I want, even though it doesn't necessarily look like that guy yet, but I'm getting there. And not only that, I've seen all these people transform, and that makes me feel so good. So just go out and make connections. Like, it's not about being perfect. Like, you don't have to be perfect with the script. Just talk to people as human beings, connect with them, ask them questions. Just say, hey, look at Karen at the at my massage place. I literally just said, how was your massage and what was bothering you in order for you to get a massage? And from that, this whole relationship is going to open up. I know that it is, because that's all I do, and that's how all these, random people keep coming and keep coming. And I just say, how's it going? And want to stay connected. So don't think about being perfect. Don't get in your own way. Don't think this person's a good person for this program, or this person's a bad person for this program. I have coaches literally tell me I don't have anyone to make connections with. And in my head, I'm like, well, do you go outside? Do you have friends? Do you have a phone book? They're all around us. How could you not have anyone not to make a connection with? So just don't get in your own way, okay? So let's call a couple people. Let's see if we can call a couple people. I'll put my phone on speaker, and these are people I haven't talked to in like forever. And I'm sure it's going to be funny conversations, but what the heck? This is what you do. So let me explain. So your mentor coach, one of the first things they should have you do is make a list of literally everybody that you know. We usually will start out with like 100, and we'll say pick out the top 20, because those top 20 people, you're going to do what I'm about to do. Now, I have a list of like 700 people. So when a coach, tells me, well, I don't have anyone to put on my list, for me, it's kind of hard to understand, because especially if they have like 230 Facebook friends. That's 230 people right there that's already on your list. What do you mean you don't have anybody, or you can't find 50 people? So let's call some of these people. I'll put them on speaker, and let's see what happens. The first guy I'm going to call, his name's Anthony. I haven't talked to him in forever. So let's see what happens. And remember, you don't have to be perfect, but you have to have a compelling story. And just have fun with it. So let's call him. Oh man, I don't even have the guy's number. Okay, his name's in my phone, but I don't have his number. Let's call this girl. Her name's Beverly. I'll put her on speaker. I don't think she's gonna answer. That's alright, we'll leave her a voicemail.
Automatic voice message system. 6 6
Um,
8 7 1.
so if I'm doing connections and they don't answer, I usually don't leave them a voicemail. I'll just call back later. Or hopefully they'll call me back. So I'm gonna call this girl Diana. I haven't talked to her basically since college. Dang it, I don't have her number either. Okay. I'm not getting a lot of numbers because my phone deleted a lot of my numbers. Oh, here's another D. I don't have her number either. I probably should have set this up better. Let's call this guy named Jawan. I don't have this kid's number either. Okay. How about Omar?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
If, for anyone that's done connection or collecting yeses before, this happens. There's people. It's oh my gosh, I gotta wrap this up. I'm supposed to do a mentor call with a new coach. You know who you are. It's almost 7 o'clock. Let me see if I can call one more person. Oh, I don't want to be late for that call though. But I want you guys to hear how this works. This guy's name's Starsky, one of the coolest dudes. I haven't talked to him in a while though. Let's see if he can help us out.
Mr. Fraser.
Starsky,
Hey, how's it going?
good man. You busy right now?
A little bit, but what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted your help with something. If you could help me out. You kind of know my story with the health program, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So you know that just about a year ago, I was overweight, 30 pounds overweight, not looking as amazing as you, but but you but you know I found that program, and it's just meant the world to me and Amanda. So obviously I'm a coach, and I'm really trying to spread the word, as you know. So you know some people I don't. So this is what I need your help with. Is that cool, man?
Yes, cool. Let me do this. Let me call you back in like 20 minutes. I got a family member on that line. So let me finish up with them and I'll call you back.
That'd be great.
Alright.
All right, bye. All right, I got like one more minute. Let's try to get one more call in. Teresa. So Teresa used to work at a doctor's office that I did business with. She was an MA, and she has all sorts of issues, but I haven't talked to her in a long time. So I don't even know if this is her right number, but let's see. This is how you do collecting yeses. You just go from one person to the next. And it doesn't have to be amazing. You just got to talk to people. Eventually they'll come. But you can't be afraid to spread the word if your goal is to help people get healthy.
Hello?
This Teresa?
Right here and I'll give you a message. Thank you.
Teresa, it's Jamil.
Please record your message.
Ah,
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
I'll
or
leave
press
her a
1
message,
for
'cause I
more
haven't-
options.
Teresa, hey, it's Jamil Frazier. I used to come into your office from Dr. Miller. Hey, I was just thinking about you, and I was going through my phone, and I said, let me call her, as I have not seen her in a long time. So give me a call. I'm really interested in how you're doing, and how the grandkids are, and just how you're doing. So call me 562-353-3910. I'll talk to you later. So we'll see what happens with her. So collecting yeses is kind of cool because, and I almost got into it with Starsky. I felt rushed a little bit because the kid said he was a little bit busy, but I wanted you guys to hear kind of how it went. But you basically, like, it's kind of really easy to do because say you only have 20 extra minutes for that day. Well, just get a whole list of names and then just dial through them like I just did. And who knows, maybe 10 people will pick up. You collect 10 yeses, you have 10 new connections for that day. And if you do that every day, then it will have a compounding effect, and then people will just start coming. So in my connections list, I have like 800 plus people. So every 2 weeks when I send out my connections email about clients that are doing well in this program, then somebody within there is ready to go because they're always watching. So that's a little bit about that. So I'll do another training to where I can actually get in a good collecting yes, but it's 7:02, so I better get in contact with this coach. I hope that was helpful, guys. I don't know if it was, but I hope that it was helpful. Basically, we all became coaches for a particular reason. Probably because in our heart, we want to help people. And we're not going to be able to help a lot of people if that's your goal, or even if your goal is just to help a few people. This is how you kind of do it. You just gotta talk to people, and then once they know that you're that person, and you share your story with them, and they feel like you can help them, then they'll come. So I hope it was helpful. Post your takeaways if you have any, and definitely hit me up. I'm here for everyone. And let me know what you think. But that was basically my day, and that's literally how my days look. And I don't know, it's pretty simple. Just talk, be compassionate, make connections, get email addresses, and then you'll go from there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, Starsky's calling back. Starsky. Hey, sorry about that, man. I knew you were in a rush, so I'm sorry. I should have probably just called you back anyway. But this is what I need your help with, bro. I'm trying to get the word out about this health program. So is it cool if I send you an email with more information that's more specific as to what we do?
Yeah, go ahead and let me know. Like, you're trying to get the word out.
Yeah. So basically, like, when you look at my link, if anybody comes to your mind that can be healthier, or maybe they're on medications, like older family members, maybe they're on like high blood pressure meds or something like that, would you be willing to send the information off to them?
I'm just trying to think of who would I be sending that to. I'm just trying to figure out, like, for you, is location. Alright, so let me approach this from I guess I was working with a client or a business. Who is your target? Your target audience is those who are looking to get healthy and fit, correct? No matter what age range, between, you say the ages of 12 as high as 100 years old?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is once you click on a link and you take a peek at the information, once you're reading it, people are going to start coming to mind, right? Those who were like ex-athletes that maybe have put on a little bit of weight. Or maybe it's just, a friend that 2 months from now says, you know what, I'm looking to get healthy. And then you're like, oh, well, my boy can help you out. So something like that. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Now, let me ask you one more question. I got to approach this almost like a business.
Okay.
Because I know I'm going to learn when I look at your products more and get more information. But the people, like, I have two. Well, here's the thing. My sets of friends out here on the West Coast are all outdoors. They're active. They love triathlon. They love being outdoors. They love anything that deals with competing physically, more say, than it is when it comes to a diet.
Okay.
My friends out in the East Coast, that East is a little different because the weather and seasons change. Wintertime, people are not going outside, but people are definitely looking to be more nutritious. You know, yeah, more on the health diet than it is so over the exercise.
Gotcha. So then
Um,
maybe the email I send you, maybe those would be appropriate, I guess, clients or people to forward the email off to.
okay, so this leads me to my next question does this need to be location based?
No, not at all. I
Uh,
work with most of my clients on the phone.
okay, all right. So it could be located on the East Coast where they're 3 hours ahead of you. It's okay if they call you at 9 o'clock in their time, which is 6 o'clock their time.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Just trying to think of as much information prior to this. Now, lastly, is this have you ever thought about experimenting with new type of advertising? When I say advertising, there's a traditional standpoint, which is traditional now in my world, is the Facebook ads and targeting people using Facebook ads with your message and links and information to target people more, say, geographically into the test
Um,
market.
I don't know. Most of my, I guess, advertising is more like word of mouth
It's the same
or
thing. It's word of mouth. It's using Facebook sponsored stories. Your stories that you're posting on social, that I see you posting all the time, and you're basically using advertising to target certain people who might chat about getting healthy, wanting to lose weight
mm-hmm.
within the social space. And so your stories that you're posting out there about um, say Lisa who lost 50 pounds through your program or everything else will be featured within their story, like within their timeline, their Facebook timeline, for them to click on and learn more information.
I hadn't considered it, to tell you the truth.
The only reason I'm saying consider it is because I've seen mom and pop shops say we don't have money to run, advertising. Like, wait a minute, if you have $50 to play around with, well, you're doing more than what most people are doing.
Right.
And literally, you manage your business ad buys. You can set your ad buys to like, you don't want to spend no more than $6 a day. And you can get the average click. What I mean, the average click is somebody that sees your ad or your sponsored story on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that all the way down. I think people get as low as like, a penny, 15 cents per click, and you're not spending no more than $10, $20 a day. Or if you might just be like, I only have $50 I want to spend for the month, so you want to stretch that $50 for the entire month. So you might set it so $10 per week, but you don't want to spend no more on them.
Uh-huh.
And over when that people are not they're out and about during the weekend, they're out doing stuff. You might like heavy it up on Tuesday or Wednesday when you know more people are on Facebook.
Is this something that you would be able to help me with?
Yeah, this is something I can totally show you how to do.
Why don't we? You want to figure out some time where we can sit down
Yeah,
and you
we
can
do
walk
that.
me through it? All
Yeah.
right, perfect. So what's the best email address for you? And then let's look at our schedules. I'll text you, and then we'll figure out a time because it sounds good, and I'm sure once we sit down and you talk to me about it, then I'll get a better understanding.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll text you my email address, and the weekends are better for me.
Okay.
Um, the weeks are insane, man. I'm so
Yeah.
like ready to turn off, just like quit my job and go to the Bahamas. But the weekends are better for me.
Okay, perfect. So text me your email. I'll shoot you my information. We'll figure out a time where we can sit down. And then, is it cool if I just keep you updated from time to time on how my program's going?
Yeah, do that, and go ahead and inform me that link once I text you my email address.
Okay.
I'll forward it to some people. I'm just trying to figure out who are the right people. And most of them, looking at it from a more geographic type of standpoint, so I just know my friends on the East Coast are definitely looking way.
Yeah.
My friends over here on the West Coast are like always calling me like, come play flag football. I'm like, I'm not waking up right now.
I feel you. So hey, thanks again. You know what's crazy is um I I think I honestly think we'll be able to help each other. So I wasn't anticipating it, but you kind of got my eyes opened up to, what you do. So we'll figure out a time to sit down. And where the heck you been, man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Man, I just been laying low, but you guys are married, having kids and all that stuff. I'm like, I feel like, I don't wanna.
He hung up, which is probably a good thing because this has gone over way too long. But anyway, that's kind of collecting yes. Right? There it is. So leave your comments. I hope it was helpful. Please call me or email me if you need anything. And I will talk to you guys soon.